Hey KSS, I'm your host, Maddie Trosvig.
And I'm Sawyer Vadava. Welcome to Otter Update for May 2019.
Summer is here, and for seniors, these last few weeks of high school can be a rush. Sawyer, what will you be doing next?
I will be heading to Alexandria Technical Community College for mechatronics.
Ooh, that sounds cool.
How about you?
I'm going to Augustana University in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Let's find out what more of KSS seniors have to say about the end of the school year.
And I think with all of our emotions running high, I think we'll need to give ourselves a little break.
That's why we went out to do an overview of some of our area's parks and lakes.
Senior reporter here, Sawyer Vadava.
Senior reporter John Rennigan here with
Sawyer Vadava.
what are your final thoughts on the school year?
I hope I make it to Alec Tech.
Very good. Back to you, Aaron.
Thanks, John.
Senior reporter Sawyer Vadava here with.
Izzy Krameyer.
All right, Izzy. I just wanted to ask you one question. What are your final thoughts for this year of school?
I'm very thankful for all the friends that I've made this year. And yeah, that's about it.
Yeah. We all have good friends.
Yeah.
Senior reporter Sawyer Vadava here with.
Rylan Hansen.
All right, Rylan. I just wanted to ask you one question. What are your final thoughts for this year of school?
Honestly, I learned a bunch this year, but I still feel like most of my mental cognition is just the milk spilling over scene from SpongeBob. That's about it.
Yeah, I can feel the same way. Senior reporter Sawyer Vadava here with.
Ashwin Stratton.
All right, Ashwin. I just want to ask you one question. What are your final thoughts for this year of school?
Well, I would say this year flew by, and just to enjoy every moment while you have it here.
Yeah, my year went by fast too. Senior reporter Sawyer Vadava here with.
Amy Johnson.
All right, Amy. I just want to ask you one question. What are your final thoughts for this year of school?
It's been quite the ride, and I'm thankful for all the experience I've had. Thanks for a great 4 years, KSS.
Good stuff. Senior reporter Sawyer Vadava here with.
Maddie Trosvig.
All right, Maddie. I just want to ask you one question. What are your final thoughts this year of school?
It doesn't seem real yet. Like, it hasn't hit me that I'm graduating. It's been a lot of fun here, but I'm really excited to move out of Fergus Falls and go to my favorite state ever, South Dakota. But I'm gonna miss it here, but I'm ready to move on, I think. I think we all are. So, yeah.
It's just that time of year.
It is.
Yep. Senior reporter here, Sawyer Vadava with.
John Rennigan.
All right, John Rennigan. I just want to have one more review. What are your final thoughts of this year of school?
I'm going to miss it. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, good stuff. I'm gonna miss it too.
Gosh, there's nothing to do in this town, Amzie.
I have an idea.
What?
We could go to a park.
A park! Let's go! Okay, Amzie, well, we're at Roosevelt Park. How much fun did you have here out of 10? What would you rate it?
A 3.
Yeah, I would have to rate it probably a 2. It was not that fun.
No.
Safety and location. It's kind of on a busy road.
Yeah, I agree.
But like it is next to the school, so that's nice, so you can go here. I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10 for location.
I'll probably do the same as well.
Yeah, and then the big question. Would you take someone here on a date?
I would not.
I don't think I would take them on a date here as well. Not a prime location. Thank you. for funness, what would you give this place?
A 9 out of 10.
I have to give it a 10 out of 10. I had a great time here. Okay, safety and location. Out of 10, go.
It's on a busy street, so that's kinda
Scary.
yeah. But overall, I'd give it a 9.
Yeah, I mean, we're right next to the library, the hospital, the bread place.
Yeah.
What more could you ask for? I give it a 9 out of 10 as well. Most important question, would you take a date here?
I would.
Yeah, me too, I have to agree. So Amzie, we're here at Butterfly Park, right next to Mill Street Residence. For funness, what would you give this park?
I'd give it a 4.
I'd have to give it a 2. Not very fun. Just a lot of places to walk. Okay, well, yeah, not much. There's some grass. Safety and location.
The safety is 10. Pretty safe.
Well, considering that we're being stalked right now, I'd probably have to bump it down a few notches. I'd probably give it like a 7. I mean, we're right next to the hospital and the cancer center, and Mill Street Residence, the best place on earth. So you can't get much safer unless if there's a car following you guys while you're filming going to parks. But that's okay. And then the final and most important question: would you take a date here?
Actually, I would. I would.
Interesting. I definitely like after like a while of like going on dates you could come here, not like right away, but yeah, like you can have a nice picnic here. It's really nice and it smells nice. Okay, that's it, KSS.
So, Amzie, where do you like to go swimming in the summer?
Pebble Lake.
What do you like to do there?
I like to go tubing, laying in the sun. Really fun.
All right, get those tan lines. Thank you. Okay, Maddie, where do you like to go swimming?
A lot of places, but Freiburg's a good place.
Do you jump off the rope?
Oh yeah. I also jump off the bridge.
Thanks. So, David, where do you like to go swimming during the summer?
Okay, Schmidt's Bridge.
What do you like to do there?
Jump off the bridge into rocks. I'm just kidding, into the river.
Okay, thanks.
Wow, graduation, summer break. What else comes around this time of year, Maddie?
Seniors aren't the only ones who will be saying goodbye, so we went to see what's next for some of our district's retirees.
With the retired teachers, maybe they'll take up disc golf? Did you know there's a new course at Dane Lagoon Park?
I had no idea. Let's check it out.
Senior reporter here, Caitlin Meese, about to interview Mr. Jacobson. All right, how long have you been teaching for?
I have been teaching for 42 years. I started in 1977. This is my first job out of college.
What will you miss most about teaching?
I will miss getting to know the kids and the fun part of just teaching music to kids and seeing them experience things sometimes for the first time, and that's fun.
That's good. Do you have any words or advice to students graduating or future graduates?
Go after your passion. Go after what you like to do, and go for it. I think I heard Mr. Ness say it, that today is kind of a wide open time. I'm a baby boomer too, and there's a lot of us retiring right now, so there's a lot of openings for things. So that's what I would say.
That's some good advice. Thank you very much.
Yep, thank you.
All right, so Mr. McAllister, how long have you been teaching for?
Well, I've been teaching for 33 years. I taught 1 year in Breckenridge and the last 32 here. Spent 19 years at McKinley Elementary, and the last 13 years have been here at the Prairie Wetlands. It's been enjoyable.
What will you miss most about teaching?
Right here. Kids are kind of the reason why I started this. They make every day kind of exciting. I don't know exactly what's going to happen every day, so every day's a little bit different. I'll miss all the relationships I've had with kids over the years. Especially watching the seniors graduate, that's always kind of fun. I get to attend the ceremony this year, so it'll be really fun to see those seniors again. Sometimes I don't see them from 4th grade to 12th grade, and it's really fun to see those kids again and say hello to them.
Do you have any advice or words for students graduating or future graduates?
I do. Have fun. Enjoy your time. Work hard. I've always told my kids that were in the Prairie Science class that to spend time outside. Get outside, that's the best place to be. I think each kid that graduates from high school has their own plan in mind. I like reading the Dollars for Scholars articles in the paper and seeing what kids have done with what they've done after their high school careers, and it's always exciting to see those kids come back and visit with me as adults when I've had them as kids. So my advice would be to have fun and enjoy exactly what you want to do.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thanks for coming out.
All right, so will you tell me your favorite thing about having Mr. McAllister as your teacher?
I think it's because that I'm out of the prairie and he's one of my favorite teachers I have ever had.
Because he's funny.
What will you miss most about him when he leaves?
Most about him is him as a teacher. He's a great teacher.
Not teaching me new birds or mammals or insects.
All right, thank you very much, you guys.
So, Mr. Thorstead, for people who don't know, what is Frisbee golf?
Okay, first of all, I'm going to insist that you not call it Frisbee golf. What is it? So it's, if you know what ball golf is, that's what we call regular golf, ball golf, right? So the point of Frisbee golf is to throw your disc into the basket in the fewest number of throws.
Your bag, would you show us what you have in here?
I don't leave home without this because you just never know when an impromptu game of disc golf might happen. So this is my bag. This is a Father's Day gift because my children love me. If you love your parents, you'll buy them a disc golf bag. So
I'll get on that.
Yeah. So each of these discs here, you can buy these discs at Walmart. There are a few at Walmart. There's a fair selection at Fleet Farm these days, and Dunham's has a good selection of discs. If you want to get a really, go to Shields in Fargo. They've got a gigantic disc golf selection. So you will see I'm carrying about 15 or 20 discs. Some of them are duplicates because I have a favorite disc that really flies well for me, and I'm afraid of losing it in the water. So I have 3 of those in my bag in case I do lose one. But each of these runs from $15 to $20. The cool thing about disc golf is you can get into it super, super cheap. You can go out to Dunham's and get a starter pack with a driver, a mid-range, and a putter for $25, and off you go. Almost every single course in the world is free to play. So this one is designed to cut through the air and really fly far. This is a mid-range disc. You'll notice it's a little bit more blunt. So you can't throw this one 400 feet. Well, some guys can, but I can't. This one you would use like 100 feet away. It's got a lot of control, but it will fight the wind pretty well if it's a windy day. And then this disc here, this is my putter. Very blunt. It's sort of a softish feeling disc, and this is designed for, 30, well, anywhere from 0 to maybe 50 feet out is when you would throw the putter. This is really susceptible to being caught by the wind and being thrown off course, but it's super accurate.
So how many courses do we have in Fergus Falls now?
Well, there are technically 2 courses. The first course started at M-State. That course was designed by an M-State student maybe 10 or 15 years ago. It's a 12-hole course that got me started, and lots of people in town here got started on that course, and it's really a fun course to play, but it's not really being maintained anymore. They don't mow it or keep it up. So if you're going to play it, now is the time of year before the grass gets really long out there. We have a new course in town. It's about 3 years old now out at D Lagoon Park. It's a 27-hole course that is really super duper popular. People drive here from Grand Forks and Fargo and Alexandria and St. Cloud just to play our disc golf course because it's really terrific. 2 weekends ago, we had a fairly large doubles tournament out there. There were 80 people, 40 teams of doubles that played in that tournament. That was a lot of fun. And in August, we will have a PDGA sanctioned, Professional Disc Golf Association sanctioned tournament. One of the weekends in August, it's like the third weekend. And that should bring probably a few hundred disc golfers to town, some of them at the professional level, which will be really fun to watch.
That's cool. Well, thank you for your time.
Thank you for asking.
So Mitchell, what is trap shooting?
Trap shooting is a sport where you shoot 2 rounds of 25. You try and see how many clay pigeons you can hit out of each round of 25, and at the end of the year, you hope to have a better average than last year. Spencer, can you explain to us what the Alec Trap Shoot is?
So the Alec Trap Shoot is the state high school tournament for trap shooting. Basically, you get on there with your team. You put into 3 classes: novice, JV, or varsity. Novice shoots 75 rounds or clays down there, and varsity and JV shoot 100 each. Basically, what you're trying to do is you're trying to get the best score out of however many clays you're gonna shoot.
So what was your best round of trap?
I've shot a 24. That was last year at the state tournament.
What's your average?
I'm averaging about 20 to 21. How about you, Mitch?
20.5. Thank you much, Spencer.
Thank you, Mitchell.
All these stories about summer and graduation are making me so anxious to see what happens next.
Then let's take a peek into our future. Our school district and city are laying plans for some big changes and improvements to our school and community.
Otter Update spoke to Mayor Ben Shire about the plans he laid out for his most recent State of the City address.
And the ISD 544 is set to purchase the empty Target building, RIP Target, in order to relocate some of our offices and youth services.
And now with a more personal story, Maddie, you got to speak with Isabella Neck about her exciting next step in life, right?
I did! She's one of my best friends, and I'm really happy that I got to talk to her about this. Let's see what she has to say.
Senior reporter David Simonson here with
Mayor Ben Shire. Good to see you, David.
So, what would you like the KSS students to know about the state of our city?
So the first 5, we talked about our library and how people hope they understand that we have the best library in the state of Minnesota. That's an asset to this community, but it's also a choice that this community made. It tells a lot about our community, what our values are, and how we value education, access to information, and our children. We also talked about historic buildings. A lot of time we take those for granted. But we have historic buildings, the River Inn, this building we're in right now, City Hall, the Cadets Gallery, the Center for the Arts, and of course the Regional Treatment Center are all historic buildings, and I think we owe it to not only to the past generations, but also future generations to preserve those buildings and make them part of this community, a vibrant community. And also we talked about mental health and chemical dependency, which it's not always an easy thing to talk about, but that's across the country and in this community we have it's a real issue. We need to make it a community priority. The state, we look at the different, as the state has moved away from the regional treatment centers, if you will, and the big state-run facilities. We need to step up as cities and as counties and form partnerships with the state to make sure that we're addressing those issues. It's not always easy to talk about, but it's a real issue. It's an issue that affects our communities, our families, the students, and so we want to make a commitment as a community that we're going to address that and make chemical dependency and mental health a priority for our community partnerships. One thing I'll just highlight, I'm really excited about, we were approached by, because of so much work with the Prairie Wetlands Learning Center and the Natural Resources Advisory Committee and the DNR and the Soil and Water Conservation District, all these partnerships, and so much that's been done around the prairie. We were approached by the United Prairie Foundation as well as Wildlife Forever, and we're working on an application or a process with the LCCMR to become the first Prairie City USA in the country, which would be a real honor. And then finally, last thing is we talked about the arts. We just recognize the fact that Fergus Falls is an arts community. And if you look at the high school, you know, with the drama department, the plays, the music, the orchestra, all the different things that go into and all the opportunities that we have in this community and downtown around our arts. It's just really exciting. We've received regional and national attention for what a community can be, a rural community can be that focuses on the arts. So it's something I'm really proud of, and it's something we're committed to continuing.
Okay, so talking about the economics, tell me about the empty store buildings that we have in Fergus.
Yeah, so we addressed that as well. You know, there's a changing retail economic system that's across the country. It's not just in Fergus Falls. And we talked about it at the State of the City. It's not the 1980s, right? We have to look at these things differently. We have to stop staking our identity as a community on national corporations that are not invested in our community. We have to look, what are our assets? So we talked about some of these things, our natural resources, our historic buildings, and those two, I think, are the key to the future of this community. What we have that sets us apart in Fergus Falls is a beautiful river that runs through a historic downtown. That's something that other communities don't have, and we have to build on that. And so we talked about how we do that. The Port Authority just recently purchased the Old Dairy property, and we're committed. We've got more than $2.9 million in partnerships with state and federal agencies to clean that site, to get it clean, to put a trail through there, and to get it to be productive, contributing parcel. It's 28 acres of the most beautiful property in town, but it's sat in a dilapidated state since I was your age, right? So it's just, this whole section of town is just blighted because of this property, and we're committed to getting that property cleaned up and contributing. So here we have Union Avenue, this is Court Street, and this is Mill Street. So this 2-block stretch, Union Avenue, there'll be a market here, a river market. It'll include a farmer's market, but it'll be more than a farmer's market. It'll be a place to drive people downtown where we can have events. This whole stretch, this 2-block stretch, is a river balcony that overlooks the river, so it can get people down accessing the river. There's a interactive water feature here, and there's an amphitheater here. So the whole concept is, you have the river market, you have the interactive water feature, you have the river balcony, and you have the amphitheater, but we want to make it more than simply those four. It's a park. It's a place to drive people downtown and really change the dynamics of Main Street and make that as viable as it's ever been. So we're really excited about that.
I just have one question about that. Will these projects, will that affect some of those businesses back behind the river walk there?
As you can see, we've worked with the downtown businesses and with the senior center and some of the different properties to make sure that we minimize the effect. So parking is a big concern, and as you see that the parking is laid out differently. We also can utilize some increased parking on Union Avenue. So as it sits right now, if you think about the row of parking that's furthest to the south along the river, that would be impacted. The rest of it would be realigned and made more efficient. So yeah, there'll be a slight impact to the parking, but I think all in all, there's plenty of parking downtown. We just have to look at it differently and make sure that it's most effectively utilized.
All right. Well, thank you.
Thank you, David.
I'm off the deep end, watch as I dive in. Dang, I would say that was pretty good. But let's talk to someone that's a little better than me. Hey guys, I'm here with
Isabella and Nick.
So Isabella, I hear you have some big plans for next year. What are they?
I'm going to be attending the American Academy of Dramatic Art in New York City.
Dude, that's super cool. So what do you plan on majoring in?
I'm going to be majoring in acting/theater.
Ooh, fancy. What do you want to do with that after college?
Well, the dream is to end up on Broadway someday, I guess, but I guess the goal post-college is just to find some work in New York City being on stage.
Awesome. So how did you get started in the whole theater thing?
Actually, I got started in theater through Razzle Dazzle with you. Yeah, a Center for the Arts.
That's super cool. How many musicals have you been in, since Razzle Dazzle?
Oh, jeez. Musicals, I would say, 8 to 10, probably.
Have you been in a lot of plays too?
Yeah.
You've just been on stage a lot.
Yeah.
So the last question, do you have any like person or teacher that you want to like give a big shout out to or that has really influenced you?
Definitely Allie Nicolason, my director for the plays. She's always been a huge support, and she's always encouraged me and told me that I can do anything I set my mind to.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, good luck next year, and I wish you the
you.
best.
Thanks, guys.
Senior reporter Aaron Sagerhorn here with
Superintendent Jerry Ness.
Well, thanks for speaking to us today. It sounds like the school district is going to buy the empty Target building. Can you explain what kinds of schoolrooms and activities we will move there?
And so we'll move all of our early childhood programming, so basically birth through going into kindergarten, and then Children's Corner, which is a child care center, will also be joining us at that site.
Cool. Why the Target building?
Well, the Target building is only 21 years old, and it's 90,000 square feet. So if you want to compare buildings, the Heritage building is about 50,000 square feet. Cleveland, for example, is 52,000 square feet. So it gives us lots of room at a very reasonable cost. So we were able to purchase the building for $1.55 million, which is about $16.50 a square foot, and you couldn't build that building for that right now. So it's you got a good deal.
Will there be any challenges turning this spot into an educational space?
You know, right now we're in the design phase. So we have architect Scott DeMartelaire from Design Intent is helping us. So right now we have to go through inspections, and we have to get a plan developed. We have to get that approved by the state. We have to close on the building. So there's a few hurdles to jump. A little bit of zoning law that we have to have changed for an outdoor playground, but nothing insurmountable. So we'll be able to just do our due diligence, and it should happen.
All right. Can you predict any secondary outcomes this will have on the community?
Well, I think people, from what we've heard, is they're pleased that we're using that facility. So you don't have an empty box store. It's being utilized, so that's a positive thing. People are concerned about the intersection. If anyone's driven out there, it's a little bit crazy to get in and out. So we have some adjustments, but it definitely, for the long term, it helps the district out by providing extra square footage to plan. As if we continue to grow, we have an opportunity to grow in that facility.
And how long will you think this will take?
I would say probably December 1 they'll start building. So we're looking at the fall of 2020 for students being in that facility.
All right. Okay, that's all the questions I have. Thank you for your time. I'm just glad there will be one less empty store building in town.
Same. I hope our town can find some more creative ways of helping the city evolve and recover from businesses closing.
Fergus definitely doesn't lack in creativity. Let's wrap up 2019 with a couple of stories of our own creative outlets.
Next year's fall musical will be Grease, and the theater director told us what to expect next September.
If you're more of a visual artist, KSS is proud to have completed in the Minnesota State High School League Art Show and our own Blondeau Art Show.
All right, so Mr. Johnson, what's the play about this year?
This year the play is going to be the fall of 2019. The musical is going to be Grease.
Is there any reason that you chose Grease in particular?
Well, it hasn't been done in the area for quite some time, and it's an American classic.
Do you have a favorite scene from the play Grease?
Yeah, it's Grease Lightning. It's Grease Lightning. I mean, you know, a bunch of dudes in leather jackets dancing on a car. It's a great song. It's the centerpiece of the whole thing, and it's that well done. So that's probably my favorite.
What is your favorite part about directing the play?
My favorite part is the students. We have a great time once I mean, when you get together and you all want to be there, and you're singing and you're dancing and you're building sets and you're running lights, and people you get a fight on stage, and you have people who are shouting and running around and dancing. It's just a blast.
For next year, how do people sign up an audition, and when does that have to be done by?
Well, we are going to have information posted. A great way to do it is to follow the theater or the KSS Theater website. Or auditions are the second week of school, and anybody can audition. We need lots of people. Even if you don't want to Even if you don't want to have any lines, we need dancers. We need people who can sing. We need people who, of course, want to act and be up in front of everybody. But there are so many positions available that we take. We have a lot of room. We have a lot of room.
If people don't like acting, what else is there to do behind stage?
Musicals are immense undertakings. We have lighting. Lighting takes a tremendous amount of time. We have sound. We need people to be there for the show. We have people who are running, who are crew in the background, who bring props on and off. We have to build a set. It is a 8-week intensive carpentry class, along with painting. If you're an artist, we have tons of painting that needs to be done. We have promotion. We have PR, design, poster design. Just you name it. We have probably as many positions outside of acting as we do inside of acting. I need an assistant director. We need a stage manager. All of these positions do not go on stage. Nobody ever sees you. It's just a real great way to come and hang out and be part of the musical.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
All right. So, Sadie, tell us a little bit about the Minnesota State High School League Art Show.
Well, we started out with sectional, like we went to Alec Tech College and had to have our pieces submitted, and then we got different awards, and those that got Best in Show got to go to Per Pitch.
Okay. What specifically did you bring to the art show?
I brought a painting of a little girl that I did.
What was the process of making this piece of artwork, and how did you enter it into the art show?
Well, I started out by drawing her and then failed like 300 times trying to paint her until I finally got it. And then I had to write an artist statement and submit it and bring her. And then if I got Best in Show, I had to bring it all the way down to Minneapolis. And yeah.
Thank you.
This is it, Sawyer. The end of this month's episode. The end of the school year. The end of high school for us. The end of everything we've ever known.
If you're not ready for it to end, stick around to launch our class's parody remix.
I'm Maddie Trosvig.
And I'm Sawyer Vanova.
And one last time, stay classy, KSS.
It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
Damn. Hey, thought you could leave without saying goodbye.
That I'll be standing right here talking to you about another path. I know we love to hit the road and laugh, but something told me that it wouldn't last. Had to switch up, look at things different, see the bigger picture. Those were the days, hard work forever pays. Now I see you in a better place. How can we not talk about family when family's all that we got? Everything I went through, you were standing there by my side, and now you gon' be with me for the last ride.
I used to say I lived my life a quarter mile at a time. And I think that's why we were best friends. Because you did too.
We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
Did you pull up the food? Every bit of it. Good. You have to win. Can you sing? Okay. I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more. I got the horses in the back.
Start? I don't feel so good.
You're all right.
I don't know what's happening. I don't know.